What's going on, y'all? It's Jason Reviews here, back at it again with another video. We finally gotten through everything on SM, you know what I'm saying, all of the fallout, and then immediately after that, we are going into another huge, and even bigger battle rap weekend, and starting out with the prediction videos for RBE's Max Out 3. People have been asking me why I didn't have this up earlier, you know what I'm saying. I wanted to make sure it had its full focus on RBE, the lead-up week, because, we've been talking about it all sprinkled out throughout, but now definitely between that and the Riot, there's going to be a lot of focus. I like this card a lot. I think it's right up there for card of the summer on paper. Once you get to the top of the card, obviously it's some of the most talked about matches in battle rap for months and months now, but we're going to work our way up, talk about all 11 battles. We're going to quickly go over, you know what I'm saying, the fine print battles. Shout out to all the fine print battlers. Talk a little bit about those two matchups also on that main 6 card, and then really break down those top 4 matchups. So without further ado, let's start from the bottom of the card. So starting out at the bottom of the card, K Venom versus Jay Breed. Got Jay Breed 2-1. Does good work there, kind of being like a gatekeeper for the bricks. Did good versus Jay Murder. Did good versus Show Off. Think he's going to beat K Venom. Riggs versus Jay Slash. I know people are kind of excited to see Riggs on this card. I do have Jay Slash winning 2-1 though. Although I appreciate Riggs' pen. He's taken some losses to, he lost to K Walker in the trenches. Pretty good K Walker at that. Pretty good battle. But the battle, I for sure thought he was going to win that. And I think Jay Slash even a little bit more talented line for line. I got Zay 2-1, if not 3 over Cinco Savvy. Beat line if I told y'all who Cinco Savvy is, but I do know Zay Smooth coming out of Charlotte. Dope. Really good at producing some pretty standout haymakers. And then as for Excel and Death the Kid, probably the most known on both sides here. I am going with Death the Kid 2-1. He is coming off of a murderous loss to Appa. He did get absolutely smoked by Appa. But I see Excel, he'll tend to take a loss in a situation like this. You know what I'm saying? He lost to Remedy Loco. I thought that was a bizarre loss for the most part. Journeyman Pen, but it's never really broken out. There's kind of a reason for that. So have Death the Kid winning that. Kind of, that little undercard part, ARP trying to build up some of his brick-like talents, give some more obscure shots. Not mad at it, but heading right into the main card, the top 6 battles that make this card what it is. First one to talk about is QB Black Diamond versus RX. Now, QB's been that face of RB's women's division this year. I think they usually have at least 1, if not 2, lady battles per card. They have 1 here, and QB, for the most part, you could find being the winner of these bigger matchups. QB versus Caution had a great performance and cleared out Caution. QB versus Robin Rhymes, he was okay, but she clearly beat Robin Rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Because Robin Rhymes was not okay. And then now you have QB versus RX. I believe this is RX's RB debut. A little bit of, I don't want to say an underrated pen from RX, but if there's one thing that she has, it's a clever pen. I think the delivery, the pace is sometimes what gets her, even though I think she's improved a little bit. I thought the Yoshi battle was a step in the right direction. For what we've all caught of the Jazz battle, I thought that was a step in the right direction. But QB that can reach higher peaks, much more proven, and even if it's not the best QB, she showed she's back in form to the point that if someone is lesser than her or just beatable, she can, without being 100%, do what she has to do to get a clear victory. So going with QB 2-1 in this one, like the CRX, Blue Room, it creates really good footage. So I'd expect this to be a little bit better than we're all expecting. Most of these battles, whatever you're expecting it to be, unless you already think they're going to be great, but whatever you're expecting it to be, that smaller room and Blue Room is kind of going to add a little bit to it. It's just good for battle rap footage. So I have QB winning. After that is Head Ice for Show Off. Found out something. I knew that both of these gentlemen were battling on the Trenches card a week before, right? I didn't know Head Ice just battled Gwitty. I don't know. Did anyone know that Head Ice just battled Gwitty on the 27th? I don't know if it went down, but there was a flyer for it that I saw. So apparently it was 3 battles in 3 weekends for Head Ice, which is yikes. Head Ice could be fire in this setting. You know what I'm saying? I think that he could translate well. If he translates well, sometimes we all get lost in some of the things that Ice raps about. But this is the type of setting that I think could help him. Show Off has really not had bad footage in the Blue Room yet. Hasn't had a win either. So, that's not great. But him versus Jag just happened to run into a version of Jag that I didn't even know existed. Super fire, but he was good in that battle, just lost. And as for Chef Trez, he's pretty good for Chef Trez. I ran into one of the best Chef Trez's this year, who's already having a career year. So I think Show Off finally gets his W here. I think Ice can reach a higher peak in this room considering the nostalgia, the way he talks, kind of the grittiness to it, the reality rap, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the realest of real raps, but Show Off has a little bit more on the punching side, the pen side, and can still get into that real talk bag and match him. So I do have Show Off taking this 2-1, and with the lot of volume for Ice, could be a 3-0 for Show Off in the Blue Room. And that leaves us with really the 4 battles that make this card what it is. It's kind of crazy it gets called Card of the Year. And I think when you look from Head Ice and Show Off down, it's like, what's going on? And then you look from Goods and Calico up and you understand where we're at. Starting off with that first matchup is Goods versus Calico. And, this is one where I have to be objective. I do not like this battle. I've consistently not liked this battle. I currently don't like it. There's a good chance when I watch it, I probably won't like it. But I will say that 2 top-tier talents, 2 legendary talents, and as I said with Head Ice and Show Off, the Blue Room produces good footage, especially for some of these older vets that might not have the punch-heaviest style. The punchers and the writers are going to do amazing in this room, but you're still going to get, we saw Mook succeed in this room. We saw Clip succeed in this room. Guys who, can succeed in really any room for the most part, but sometimes you question maybe the validity of their material, how complex it is, how up-to-date it is. So when it comes to Calico and Goods, there's a real chance for dialogue there. Now, my problem with it is I see a path for this to be like Cal and Clips 2.0. There's footage of Cal calling Goods out way back when, but there's not this dialogue. Like, everyone's like, oh, they're going to have this convo. About what? About what? Like, I think Cal raps amazing. You know what I'm saying? I think Goods raps pretty good as well. But the thing is that the beauty of their content, the uniqueness, is they don't have to be direct to land. Calico does a lot of stuff referring to his own life. We talked about reality rap with Ice. I don't know if there's a better real talk battle rapper in battle rap than Calico. Maybe he's the block captain, you know what I'm saying, currently the run he's on. But when you talk about Cal, Geechee, it becomes a very, you know what I'm saying, the best of the best at that. And I'm very excited to see what Cal does in this room. My worries are not necessarily with Cal, but then when you match that indirectness and Goods also having that same ability, the problem is, what if they don't rap about each other? That's kind of the issue that I've had here, is that even though they both do what they do very well, there's going to need to be an attacks at each other. I think Cal's a little bit more of a directly proven angler if given the situation. But, when I see Goods talking money again, worries me a little bit. It has been promoted up, so I can't act like they haven't shown effort. And I think that Goods does have a lot of kind of people down on his name right now, following the easy performance and sitting down. Don't have problem with the money raps, just want to see him do it more creatively. Do not tell us you made 200K legally again. There's a million ways to punch. I've seen Goods talk about money for over a decade, you know what I'm saying, and be great at it. But I just think now there's a little bit of reinvention where we can add a little bit more writing, a little bit more directness to that, maybe a little bit more wordplay or a flip, just something. There is a way to still get in that bag, but just adapt it a little bit to what some newer era fans want, and even fans that have been watching for a while and just want you to reinvent yourself a little bit. So I am going to go Calico Gentleman's 30. Small Room Cal, excited for it. Like I said, my biggest worry is that they don't rap much about each other. You get a Clips and Cal 2.0 where it's just kind of things being said. But in the Blue Room, it's been breeding competitive nature. It's led to a lot of competitive battles with vets. And although I don't have this being very competitive, I have Cal kind of showing out on Goods. This does give it its best situation. I hope that Goods is kind of able to overcome that. I hope that I'm proven wrong, you know what I'm saying? Because good battles is a win for everybody. From there, we get into Young Ill versus Big K. But one that's also a little bit easier to predict for me. The return of Young Ill, first of all, is pops off in this card, no question whatsoever. Even though Ice Pack has had like 6 return battles, I'm never going to get tired of it. He just has such a natural and unique charisma. It's a style that even if we went through all the years, we still really haven't found anyone that raps like Young Ill. We haven't found any Young Ill clones, anyone I can say, oh, that's a prospect who kind of I could give comparison to Young Ill to. One of one, and then as for Big K, we know what he's been doing this year. Obviously, really an all-time great battle rapper that had a bit of a slump, and people forgot just how good Big K is and some of the key wins that he's had in his career. And now he's added probably two performances to his top 5 all-time. I mean, really, just pure material-wise, you could debate it is already the best singular year of Big K's career. And I don't think it stops here. I think particularly with Big K, he's a bad matchup for these older legends returning, right? I think with Mook, Rex, and now Ill, what you're going to see is that he's just really good at these character breakdowns, man. A guy that's been a pure puncher for a lot of his career and still is a fantastic puncher. It's one of the strengths of his game. But even versus Rex, I'm talking like 3 rounds of tailored material. He almost angled that entire battle up until the 3rd. And right here, he's really good at taking upfront angles, what he did with Wards, what he did with Mook, what he did with Rex. He's good at taking angles that we know he's going to talk about, but making them either funny or making them just hit hard, kind of a mixture of both. You know what I'm saying? We knew he was going to talk about Christianity with A Ward and how that was going to go down. He made it work. With Mook, we knew he was going to talk about Mook only coming back every once in a while. Not as many battlers around back then, right? All these things with Mook, and he still made it work. And then with Rex, a little bit more creativity to it. But even though we knew he was going to talk about the Rex becoming Crip later in life, you know what I'm saying, that whole breakdown, and still made it receptive. So right here, there's going to be obvious angles that come up with Young Il, and I think that we're going to see Big K either make a mockery of those angles, you know what I'm saying, a joke on Young Il, or just be hitting him with haymakers back to back. Would love to see Il do good. I think Il has a little bit of a better chance than people are going to give him credit for. He could catch some magic in that room, especially not appearing in a minute. Smaller room, able to get a little bit more in his own bag. I thought him in Light, which was a bit of a smaller room when he was last around, was one of his better showings, you know what I'm saying, in terms of return showings and coming back. So here, I am going to go Big K 2-1, if not 3-0, but I have faith in Il to make it competitive and make it a good battle. I just think it's hard for me to bet against Big K right now, especially given the matchup advantages that I named. From there, we get into the co-main event, and that is Verb versus Ward. It's been talked to death, guys, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I do have A Ward 2-1, if not 3-0. It's worried me a little bit, as he did lose to Frack. The things that I would like him to change composure-wise, I don't think he's changed very much. I do think that Verb has kind of gotten him off his pivot a little bit. Talk about I'm on demon time and things like that. Does that mean I think he's going to lose? No, but you could just be quiet and go into the battle and beat Verb. I think you're kind of playing into Verb's hand right now when you're overly like, oh yeah, I'm going to curse him out, I'm going to do this and that. But with that being said, I just think he raps better than Verb right now. It's the best way that I can put it. I think Verb in a pit, this is his best chance, which is why I originally called it a very clear 30. But STL, Blue Room, he did do pretty good in the volume versus Show, although I had him losing pretty clear in that, although that was one of his better performances in some time. But this just comes down to the fact that Ward needs this. You know what I'm saying? People say Verb need it. I've watched Verb talk all types of shit. Remember Shine? Remember he talked to Shine? Remember the result? You know what I'm saying? So my point is, not saying that's exactly going to happen here, but Verb doesn't necessarily need the win like A Ward does. If A Ward loses this battle, we're going to have a tough, truthful conversation about A Ward. And for that, I'm betting on him and his motivation taking this battle clear. And that leaves us with the battle I really want to talk about, and that is Ill Will versus Hitman Holla. I've been asking for this battle for so goddamn long. I was over the moon when I saw that ARP had officially booked this. It's just a mega match of the highest variety, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And when you get to the top levels of battle rap, and you talk about Hitman Holla, certified God tier plate, certified type of endgame plate, and then Ill Will, who is one of those in a group of like 5 or 6 that, even there's a lot of names in battle rap that hold it down, that have their contributions. Ill Will is one of those dangerous guys that really is the glue that holds things together. When I think of the Tay-Rocks, the Rum Nitties, the Geechee Gottis, the Ill Wills, these are the guys that are outside often. These are the guys out there that really put in the front man work on their brand. You know what I'm saying? There's battlers, like the Surfs and the Easies that battle 3 to 4 times a year at Free Sue Surf, you know what I'm saying? But that is kind of the path that he was battling at beforehand. And they do good, but you get a guy like Ill Will that, obviously, you know what I mean? Just like the workhorse, the guy that has battled the full resume, that takes on any challenger from mid-tier to top tier to God tier. And Ill Will particularly has done very good against God tiers. When he gets shots like this versus Calico, probably, in my opinion, the best battle in RBE history, versus Daylight, clear win and extremely fire battle, and then versus Hollow, what you could debate right now is battle of the year and one of the better battles on RBE's channel. I believe ARP has called all these RBE legacy battles, which is dope. Will is the lead man over there, and it's just, how does it get better, man? When you talk about performance, we're talking about the best performer ever versus currently one of the most explosive performers in the game. We're talking about Hitman Holla, in my opinion, one of the top 3 battle rappers of all time, compared to Ill Will, who might be a top 3 battle rapper in the world at this very moment. In terms of the prediction, right, I can name what they're both good at all day, but in terms of the prediction, it's been tough for me. I like to bet on motivation, and usually that's going to come from the underdog spot, the guy that earned the shot. There's been a part of me that really wants to predict Ill Will 2-1 in this one, but I think we got Hitman fucked up. I think we've talked very crazy about Hitman. A lot of people, not me in particular, you know what I'm saying? But there's been a lot of crazy talk about Hitman out here. He did take a very clear loss to East the block captain. He didn't react very great to it either. But I think smaller room, One thing Hitman does very good is just wraps very well, flow-wise, and there's always going to be the aggressive delivery. And at the end of the day, if you even go back to him versus Bill, probably the last time he was in a small-ish room, he was doing pretty good bar for bar. Is he going to come in here like Rum Diddy, New Jersey twerk, and just don't want to punch fest? No, but he's more creativity bar for bar than people give him credit for. If he needs to get in a bit of a name-flipping bag, get away from kind of the indirect talk bag, it's something that's very well in his wheelhouse. He is one of the better battle rappers ever. And while Ill Will is going to be great, I think he's had so many great showings recently, it's going to be hard for him to raise the bar. As for Hitman Holla, surprisingly, he's probably going to shock some people. He shouldn't shock people because it's Hitman Holla, but I think you're going to see him get really big into the flow pockets, get very explosive, land a couple crazy-ass haymakers, even a little bit of real talk. And as an angler, I think Hitman is extremely underrated as an angler. Some of the bigger wins of his career, such as a K-Shine, such as a Tay-Rock, and things of that nature, you're actually seeing him angle for the most part in those battles. And for that, I haven't been on the classic radar. For those that watch me, I do not use that term very often. There's only special battles. I'm very, very sparing with the classic word, but I think this really has that potential, and I'm going with Hitman 2-1 edge in a debatable classic and maybe the best battle of 2023. That's how confident I am in it. And really, to me, the most exciting, I don't know, Easy and Geechee's right there, but to me, this is in a tie for the most exciting battles I've seen booked this year. And that is my full predictions here for Max Out 3. And just to quickly go over that top 6 type of card, right? So I got QB 2-1 pretty clear over RX. I have Show Off 2-1, if not 3-0, pretty clear over Head Ice. I have Calico 2-1, if not 3-0, pretty clear over Goods. But I can tell it's probably going to end up being 2-1, even though I don't. I'm a little skeptical of that battle. So I have Calico winning clear, but I'm skeptical of the quality of the battle. Big K 2-1, if not 3-0 over Young Ill, still with entertaining footage though. A-Ward 2-1, if not 3-0 over Verb. I got a lot of clear results going on for this card. I think A-Ward really seizes the moment here, and even if he loses to Clips coming up, which he has booked on Chrome 23, on the Easy and Geechee card. Even if he lost to Frack before, he could take 3 L's this year, but I don't see this one being one of them. I think it means that much to him and have him winning that battle. And as for the main event, Hitman and Ill Will, I do have it classic. I have it debatable. I think both answers are going to be real, actual credible answers by the time this battle's over with, but I'm going with Hitman 2-1 edge going in. You guys let me know in the comments down below, who do you have winning and what do you have as the most exciting battle here? Do you have it being the grudge match with A-Verb and A-Ward that's been talked to death, promoted to death, with all types of disrespect, all types of character breakdowns and things of that nature? Do you have it Hitman and Ill Will, the true mega match on here of the performers? Do you think Cal and Good's gonna shock some people and be a really gritty real talk fest, something nostalgic that we all like? Please let me know in the comments down below what you're looking forward to most. Riot predictions will be coming out right after, and then obviously recaps will be coming out for both, man. But it's been J Small Reviews again, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna catch you on the next one, man. Peace.